We're doing a video. Do you have any, no, come sit down. Do you have any questions for me about dog training?
No.
Can you try to think of one?
No. Just think for a minute. All right.
Just think.
Listen to our questions.
Okay.
Maybe that'll help you.
Is it hard to be a dog trainer?
Is it hard to become a dog trainer,
Yeah.
or like be a train dogs?
Train dogs.
Is it hard to train dogs? Yes. Dogs are impulsive creatures who want to just do what they want to do and run out the door and run down the street and jump on people, and it gives them a lot of joy. And we have to tell them they can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's like raising kids. It's not easy raising kids.
Yeah.
It's not easy raising a dog. Do you think it's hard to be a dog trainer? Like, you've trained dogs.
Yeah.
What, you do?
They don't listen.
So what we're going to do for our YouTube people is I've asked my employees and my wife, who I can't claim is an employee because she's part owner of the business, my manager Carly here, Wade, one of our newer trainers, and my wife Liz. And they're going to ask me questions. And I said, don't tell me what you're going to ask. The YouTube people also want to hear these questions and my answers. And so we're just going to start asking questions, and you guys can get a glimpse into this. And hopefully it's enjoyable for you guys. You YouTube subscribers. And my son's cruising around, and he might come in, one of my kids, and bust in on us. Okay, so questions. Anything. Go ahead, Carly.
Okay.
These are questions that they have,
All right.
obviously.
If you could do a collaboration with another dog trainer, who would you pick?
Well, Zach George would get me the most subs. So that has to be a consideration. I'm not the biggest consumer of YouTube dog training is the problem. Okay. So I know there's Tom Davis.
Right.
I know that there is, and my subscribers always get mad at me when I don't know the names of these people, but I'm just not that big of a consumer of dog training on YouTube. There's Zach George, most sub. Okay, the answer is Susan Milan. Okay. Remember my goat video?
Yes.
Who's the goat? Caesar
There
Milan's
you
the
go.
goat. So if I could do a collab, it would be with Caesar Milan, which may happen one day.
Okay.
That's a good question. Does that answer it?
Sure. Yeah,
Caesar Milan.
Perfect.
Do you like that answer?
Yes, it's a good answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. My question is, does it stress you out a little bit to introduce some of these like more feisty dogs, or like to take the muzzle off and kind of see what happens, or you've already read the body language enough to know that they're going to be good together?
Yeah. So, yes, it stresses me out to introduce feisty dogs. I have never had a dog get hurt from introducing fight. Like, we've had fights in the past, but it wasn't from, okay, we're putting this dog with this dog, and I should have used a muzzle, or I should have used I have a, knock on wood, 100% success rate. So there's something to that. So I always trust my gut. But boy, something could happen. And I always just need to be aware of that. And that's why I trust the process. It is meeting through a gate, then seeing what happens, then going, okay, now we're going to go this way. We're going to use a leash. We're going to use a muzzle. We're not going to let him meet. And then it branches off, and then it goes to muzzle. Then if I see certain things with the muzzle, it branches off again to go, okay, it can be off muzzle or another dog on muzzle. And then so basically the dog earns its way to off leash, off muzzle running with the dog, and it'll never get there unless it's proven, or it's passed the test, the 6 tests before that.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, so the system, as I call it, is foolproof. As much as with dynamic organisms, it can be foolproof.
Makes sense.
Nothing's foolproof.
Right.
But yeah.
I like that.
Wade, do you have a question?
Yeah. I know your dog's Prince and he's a Doberman, but is that your favorite breed? Or?
Yes. And someone asked me that in the comments the other day. Why did you choose Doberman? So I'm going to answer that right now. Remember we were looking at American Bulldogs.
Yeah.
We were looking at
Ridgebacks.
Ridgebacks.
Yeah.
And then we found somebody who had Dobermans. We just randomly got a Doberman. Right? It was hot in Ramona, so we didn't want a long-haired dog.
And they were surprisingly to me like amazing family dogs with kids especially.
Yep, good with kids. And they had the look. And then when Bosco turned out to be so awesome, our first dog Bosco, Doberman, he was so amazing that then he died. And then we just said, why mess with the formula? Right?
Yeah.
So that's why we got a second Doberman. We didn't want to mess with the formula of awesomeness.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Prince is different, but awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have a question relating to Bosco.
Okay. Oh, Bosco question. Bosco's my first red Doberman. You can see videos of him.
Okay. When I say the name Bosco, what's the first memory that comes to mind?
Oh my gosh.
You're thinking too much.
Honestly, I don't know. The memory when you said Bosco, because you asked it, was when he had broken his leg and he couldn't move.
Right.
And you came in and he was about to be put down. The vet was about to come over to the house and put him down. And you came in a day before that and he knew he couldn't move and he was not his normal self. And then you came in and he perked up and his little tail went. And we all started to cry. He was so happy. And he hadn't been happy since he broke his leg.
Yeah.
So that's probably the memory. Puppy memories, I mean, there's a zillion of them. But that's what hit me when you just said that.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to me.
Yeah.
I don't have a list of questions. Let's see. Maybe what makes you the happiest with working with these dogs? Is it they come and do a 2-week, 3-week board and train and you see that there's hope for the families that maybe weren't sure before, if they could keep the dog. A lot of times it's like this is the last resort, they're going to come here. Or is it just kind of daily working with the dogs or is it with the owners?
I would say that it's when the dog comes and it's out of control. That's most of our dogs. They're like, they jump, they pull, they fly through doors, and then the board and train happens, and they go home, and they're just a chiller dog for the owners going home. The aggression stuff is the aggression stuff, but like most dogs that come, they're just out of control 1-year-old dogs, and then they go home, and they're chiller dogs after 2 weeks. And the owners, it would have taken them a year of working with them.
Right.
Think of another question. Not right now.
I have one.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So training dogs, like each dog has like their own personality.
Yeah.
And when you train whales, did you ever have that connection, like?
Yes.
Or exotic animals in general?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's a good question. Whales have their own personality for sure. There's not as much personality as a dog. One, they're in the water. They're just not with you all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Their head pops up and you train them. And they have their own personalities. But dogs are different. Now, exotics, like big cats and wolves and all these others I had, they have their own personality, but they're still like a wild animal. So they're just not like a dog.
Yeah.
But definitely have their own personality, yeah.
Okay. How did you become a trainer mentor for ABC? And do you miss it?
I do not miss it. So there's an online school called ABC, Animal Behavior College. Carly went through it. That's how I met Carly. And I was their like biggest mentor. So they would send me their people. The people would come to my class. They would go through 3 rounds of classes. They would watch one, be in one, and then co-teach one, right?
Yes.
They would be, they sent me tons of people because I taught tons of class. Then I'd get a little bit of money for it, and then I would get to hire from those people when they graduated. I have no idea how I became a mentor for them. Come on in, babe. You're okay.
I didn't know where Cullen was.
Oh, he's
Come
playing
here.
out back.
We're doing a video. Do you have any? No, come sit down. Do you have any questions for me about dog training?
No.
Can you try to think of one?
No.
Just think for a minute. All right.
Just think.
Listen to our questions.
Okay.
Maybe
Is
that'll
it
help
hard
you.
to be a dog trainer?
Is it hard to become a dog trainer
Yeah.
or like be train dogs?
Train dogs.
Is it hard to train dogs? Yes. Dogs are impulsive creatures who want to just do what they want to do and run out the door and run down the street and jump on people, and it gives them a lot of joy. And we have to tell them they can't do that. And it's like raising kids. It's not easy raising kids.
Yeah.
It's not easy raising a dog. Do you think it's hard to be a dog trainer? Like, you've trained dogs.
Yeah.
What you do?
They don't listen.
They don't listen perfectly. That's right. That's right. That's a great question, Brittany. Thank you.
Yes, it is. Okay. What?
Oh, here's Chris.
Oh, here's Cruz.
here we go.
Okay, this is becoming a whole thing. This was not planned. Cruz, have a seat right there.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me
About being a dog trainer.
or anything?
But
Anything.
maybe dog related.
Dog related.
Not like what's for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, try to think of one.
Think about it for a minute.
Okay, Carly's gonna ask a question, then you can think of one. Okay, anything. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It can be any question.
I know.
Have a seat.
Maybe like about the breeds of dogs.
No, whatever. Any
Small
question.
dogs, big
Okay.
dogs, Yeah.
What is one of your favorite quotes the subscribers want for merch?
Oh, it's one quote for sure. There's others. It's I'll do this all day.
Right.
They want it.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it to you. I gotta find a company that boxes the shirts. We have to create the shirt, find the company that boxes them and sends them to you guys. I can't have boxes all over and write your names down and send them out. So
Right.
we'll do this all day is the main one.
Right.
I want a shirt that says, from one thing I said in a video and someone quoted me, I'm actually not going to do this shirt, but I said, you have to have some poppiness in your knock it off.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was funny. Sometimes you guys quote me and I literally am like, there's no way I said that in that video. And then I watched the video again and I said that crazy thing, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So, but that's the quote.
I love that. I also love Prince. Chill.
I say Prince Chill all the time.
Every video.
I know. Because he's out of his mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
You don't have a single question for your dad
No.
about life, about anything. Nothing. Any other questions?
Sure.
Okay, good. I love Carly came prepared.
Yeah, okay. So this doesn't have to be YouTube, but if you had to pick an idol trainer, who would it be?
Oh, someone I idol.
Somebody you look up to?
Yes. A book, any of that.
That's a good question. An idol, a trainer that I look up to.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Gary.
Yeah,
Right.
I like Gary Wilkes.
Caesar.
No, it'd be a killer whale trainer.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Tompkins, probably. Chuck Tompkins was my old boss who oversaw all of SeaWorld training. And he was a great leader. I remember the guy popped out once, and we didn't see him much, right? He was the big boss, but he popped out and he goes, is there anything I can do for you guys? And the employees were happy, so we were like, no, we're good. But
Yeah.
he was a good boss. I like that guy.
Okay.
Chuck Tompkins. Yeah.
Ooh.
You got one, Chris?
Sorry.
Oh, sure. What if you walked in the house with like a mask on? Would Prince attack you?
No.
He wouldn't.
There's no way. You know why?
Why?
Prince, for his whole life, has just sat there and stared at me. And with a mask on, dogs don't really see faces as much as you think. You know how they know people?
How?
From their gait, from the person's walk.
What if you walk different and talk different and?
It's mainly from the walk. So I don't know if you can hide. Yes, that might work. Okay, that's a good question. The mask wouldn't do anything. The walk, if I changed my walk, might do something.
Yeah.
Okay, the smell's not going to hit him for a few seconds, but if I walked in differently, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying maybe he'd attack you?
I don't think he'd attack me, but he might not
Yeah.
know who I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go outside.
Good job.
All right, thanks. Good job.
I've got more.
Maybe,
All right, go ahead.
Oh, here. Let's
Go
see.
for it.
maybe what's the biggest thing you learned from working with killer whales that you kind of moved over to dog training? Maybe like some principle of dog training or...
Yeah, I've thought about that before. Like, the dog trainer I am was from the working with big cats, working with whales, and then becoming a dog trainer. Like, that's why this channel's unique. That's why this business is unique, is because, like, this weird history of going to this crazy school that taught you all this cool stuff, then operant conditioning, positive reinforcement at SeaWorld, and then coming to dogs. But it's hard to, like, go back and go, like, oh, yeah, what I do with dogs, I learned, like, this specific... Like, it's weird. It's all, like, all just a big lump of, like, experience that has made me who I am. I do want to answer your question. The positive reinforcement part, probably, like, really understanding that. And then knowing it so well, and then bringing it to dog training, and then realizing it doesn't solve problems with dogs. Like, my whole learning and whole schooling and whole everything was positive reinforcement. And then I got to dogs, and I slowly went, like, this isn't solving problems. But if you don't know it, positive reinforcement, super well, I can see where you think it would be the answer. But if you know it super well, you can go, no, I know it so well, I know it's not the answer.
Right.
Now, it is part of what we do, but it's not the answer for aggression. It's not the answer for a lot of things.
Yeah, you needed a little more.
Yeah, I needed more. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wait, do you have one? Because I have one.
Go ahead. Okay. I'm very interested in the answers.
Okay, so since we're touching a little bit on the roots here, when you first started all the way up to where you are now, did you ever get into the shock collar, prong collar stuff?
Never.
Wow.
Ever. Because I talked about this in a video once. I would just bring a dog out years ago, and it would be good, or it came out for aggression, but I did my process, and it got with the dog, and then it would just snap. And, like, ever so slowly, you've heard this story, ever so slowly, it would come up that, like, oh, a shock collar was used. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then another one, and another one, and another one. And so I'm not anti-shock collar. I recommend them for dogs jumping over fences. I just don't do it. Find another trainer. I recommend it for recall. But for aggression, I don't So I'm not going to... I don't need it.
Right.
I don't need it.
Right.
I have enough solutions, enough business. I don't need to go, I'm going to get into the e-collar, by the way.
Right.
They get really mad when you say shock collar. You guys, you e-collar people, you got to chill on it. There is a shock there. Chill on the acting like positive reinforcement people and getting all butthurt when someone says shock collar. E-collar, but we use the right term.
Right.
E-collar. Even though it technically does have a shock. Okay. But I'm not anti-e-collar.
Right. So you would consider yourself a well-balanced trainer?
Yes.
You use... Okay.
Balanced trainer. I don't love that term, but it's probably what I am.
Right.
And what you are.
Right. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that it?
No.
Okay,
Sorry.
more.
Sorry. Okay. How did helper dog become something all on your own? Like, when did it click that you're like, this is my helper dog?
No idea. The term or using a dog?
Like, that you came up with that term. I remember back in ABC, I had used the term demo dog, and you're like, no. Here, we use helper dogs.
Oh, yeah. Because demo dog infers, like, just showing.
Yeah, demonstrating.
Demonstrating. Right. Here's my dog loose leash walking. That's a demo dog. Prince isn't a demo dog. No. He's a helper dog. Then I saw someone on Instagram the other day use the term mentor dog.
Right.
But I don't, yeah, that's fine. But helper dog, I don't know. I just came up with it one day.
Yeah. I like it.
I don't know if anyone else uses that term.
True. Me neither.
We invented it.
Right.
Good job.
Bosco invented it
Bosco
too,
invented it, yeah. He was the ultimate helper dog. Okay, let's go one more, then we'll be done.
Okay. Does anyone want this one more? Or?
You got it.
You got it.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, your favorite training book? Maybe like top 3, because I know you have a lot.
When I first started, I read a lot of books.
Oh, I know.
Just because I just first started. It was this book, and I don't know. I have a picture saved of one of the pages, and I've tried to look for this book. It was some dude like in the 70s, and he wrote a book, and I don't know the name of it, and I don't know the author.
Before and after? Or no? Is that
No.
Okay.
No. This is like old school people would have seen it. Like, I don't know though. I don't know the guy's name, and it opened my eyes. It was a totally different way to think about dog training. Some dude from the 70s. The book was like blue. It was nondescript. I don't think it sold a bunch of copies, but it just opened my eyes to dog training. I don't know. But that's the only book. I can't say there's another book that's like.
Okay.
I read Caesar's book when I started. I read positive reinforcement books. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that question and answer time. Meeting Carly, Liz, Wade, and seeing 2 of my 3 kids. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video.